Well, hello, my beautiful Librans. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for the end of August right through to the end of September 2023. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Librans, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome, but I'm also scrying in the water at the same time as doing your cards and picking up the energy, and they're actually showing me a very interesting image. There's an image of a person who looks like Harry Potter. I'm not here to advertise anybody's product or anything like that, and I don't know Harry Potter. I've never read any of the series. I've never watched the films, so I don't really know much about the character, but they're showing me like a trophy or something that's being held, as well as a wand. Okay, so I'm not really sure what that means. It can mean, Harry Potter is like a magician, I guess, or a wizard. And it could be something that you're manifesting. A trophy tends to mean success or some sort of award or recognition for something that you have been working towards or developing. So, it could literally mean that you are on vacation with your family right now and you're visiting something that's to do with Harry Potter. I'm not really sure. It can also indicate some of you are developing your spiritual gifts, or you are deciding to open yourself up to a career that uses those spiritual gifts. So I'm just going to leave it like that because I'm not really sure. I think it's more about the trophy. So yeah, I'm going to move on from that. Now, just to let you know, of course, we have Mercury going retrograde from the 23rd of August, which is today, the day that I'm doing this reading. And this time it moves through the sign of Virgo. So this will be a pretty intense retrograde for us all. It's a time where we cast a very critical eye on the past so that we can do better, so that we can get more organized and get life back on track. Or indeed find an alternative approach and create a backup plan if we need to. So you may feel that you're applying those energies to your career over the coming weeks. Also, I would say this is a very critical time to double check your spam folders, because Mercury retrograde can really play havoc with really important messages. And when it comes to your career and business, you don't want to miss a trick. Okay, so I definitely get a sense there that it's very important for you to double check anything that could be important with regards to your career. Also, if you're going for an interview or anything like a meeting that's very important, that's really critical that you attend it for your career, I would say leave a little bit earlier, because Mercury retrograde can bring a lot of delays and disruption to travel plans as well. Okay, now looking at your cards, your first card is the Hierophant. So this is about you doing things in a very traditional way, and you're getting a little bit stuck or feeling a bit bored with doing something the same old way. So you may be looking at trying to find a revamp or restructure in your career so that you can like override outdated practices, so that you can actually, change the way that you work, so you streamline your practices. Okay, we've got the Prince of Cups there. We've got the Seven of Cups as well. We've got the High Priestess. We've got the Three of Cups. So, looking at the energy, I feel like something is a little bit out of balance with your career. I feel like you're very goal-oriented in the coming weeks and months. And I feel with the Hierophant energy, that can also be that you're trying to have faith, and that I get a sense, though, that you are not conforming in some area of your career. So if you are joining an establishment or you're working in an environment where they tend to do things a certain way, I feel like you're kicking back against that and you're doing things the way you feel intuitively or instinctively you should do them. And I feel that at first people may judge the way you're working, or they may actually look at the way you're a maverick trying to do things differently to the way that they've always done them, but actually they will accept them and they will see that your way is the better way. Okay, so whether you work with other people or whether you work on your own, I definitely get a sense that you are being a maverick and you're standing out from the crowd. I feel like you are at the top of your field. Okay, and some of you are so good at what you do that you may have thought about teaching it or setting up a course online in order to help other people, but also to bring in extra finances for you. So some of you may be thinking about online businesses at this time, or restructuring the way that you work. I mean, with the Hierophant present, it can also indicate that some of you will hear that your working environment is hiring and that you are going to have to, in some way, teach or train a person who comes in, and it may actually add extra work to your already busy schedule, and you may be kind of like finding it a little bit difficult, but I feel like it will be rewarding because this person will end up being an ally. I feel like this person will work really well with you, and it actually sets you apart because I feel that there is someone in a position of power who is watching your approach to training people or watching your approach in what you do, and I feel like there's some sort of offer that you're being aligned with right now because they can see that you're really passionate and care about what you do. Okay, so I'm just feeling that. I mean, I do see with the Three of Swords here and the Seven of Cups that some of you may have been feeling a little bit of lack of motivation, or you've been feeling a little bit lost, asking yourself about your career if you're on the right path. But I definitely see that in the coming months, you're going to see that your efforts are starting to pay off. Your first card is the Hierophant. Okay, so this is really about having faith. And it says here, institutions, traditions, society, and its rules. Now, of course, we've all gone through some major difficulties over the last couple of years collectively, and I feel that things have changed in general. Things within yourself have changed, things within your working practices have changed, and you may feel that something is a little bit missing in your career right now, or whatever it is that you're doing right now. And I feel, especially when it comes to your finances, I get a sense here that you are protecting all that you've worked really hard for. Now, this message has come up many, many times in the career or money readings, and it's showing up in your reading as well as Taurus's reading. It hasn't shown up in anybody else's reading, but it is coming out again, so I must mention it. I see that you're being really protective, keeping an eye on the world at large and what's going on in the financial institutions, just in case there's any fluctuation that would in some way influence your finances. So I definitely see that you're being very careful whether you house your finances, making sure that the establishments are not linked by license, because that would mean you're not insured for the full amount. So if you're someone who actually has a lot of money, I get a sense that you're being very savvy. Some of you may even seek financial advice. And for those of you who, you're doing well, you're ticking over nicely, I see that some of you may be looking at online videos or information so you can keep abreast of what's going on, because I get a sense here of an absorption of knowledge. Some of you may even be thinking about implementing that knowledge across the board in your work, or the knowledge that you have. I feel that you are going to increase your finances because of it. I mean, there may even be, it's almost like some of you may be, in order to safeguard your finances and make sure you have another string to your bow, you may set up like a course online for other people so that they can buy your course, take your knowledge and use it to help themselves, but at the same time you are increasing your finances. So that's coming out. It may not resonate for every Libran out there, but I definitely get a sense that you're keeping an eye on your finances and protecting all that you've worked for so far. Also, the Hierophant can indicate that some of you are desiring to branch out a little bit, maybe learn more about your craft. So you may seek some sort of course or a class in order to increase your knowledge, get a qualification that helps you elevate and achieve your goals. But ultimately, I see that there is someone in a position of power in your industry, or even if you work for yourself. I feel like you're setting yourself apart in your industry, and people who are in a position to either partner up with you or elevate you, they're noticing what you do, and I get a sense here that you are going to elevate. Okay, I see, and like, you know, you've got the Prince of Cups here, and you've also got the Prince of Pentacles. So this is about doing something that you love, offering your whole heart and soul to do whatever it is that you are working hard towards. And the Knight of Pentacles indicates financial reward for it. So I really get a sense that you're trying to find like the middle ground in your career where you are following your bliss, following your heart, doing what you love. You're trying not to focus on the money, even though it is important. I feel like you're really trying to focus on, you know, you educating yourself and, you know, really being committed and also emotionally fulfilled in whatever it is that you do. And as a byproduct, I really feel that you're going to be financially rewarded for it as well. Okay, but I definitely see that you're looking at like your schedule, you're looking at the way you do things, because I feel you're trying to restructure your schedule just so that you have more time for you, but also that you like eradicate outdated practices so that you can almost like upgrade the way you work so that you can upgrade your pay. So that's what I'm picking up in this particular reading. Now, the Prince of Cups, it's the equivalent of the Knight of Cups. So this is really about you doing something that you love, that you're encouraged to do, like something that you're excited to do, something that gives you joy, somewhere where you can use your imagination, you can put your skills to the best use. But the Knight of Cups is about what you have to offer, and you are a gift in any working practice that you find yourself in. Knights tend to be very goal oriented, so I definitely see that you are focusing on the things that you love about your career. And I also get an energy, yeah, my guides have just asked me to really look at the card, and they're showing an envelope. So there's an offer coming in here for you over the coming weeks, something that you're really going to love. Something that, I mean, there's literally, I mean, it looks like a seal, a wax seal there, but they're actually showing me a heart in the water at the same time. So I feel it's an official letter that's coming through, an official document. I would also say, because Mercury retrograde can hamper electronic equipment or information coming through, and you've got the Justice card here, I would say it's in the resistance position, because I would say check your emails, your spam folders, but also check your hard copy mail. If there's something important that you're expecting, it could be delayed, but I would just double check the mail, okay? Because there may be something in there that's important for you. But when you get the Prince of Cups or the Knight of Cups, and it comes to your career, I feel like you are educating yourself in money matters, because, you know, sometimes, especially creative people, they tend to love what they do. They absolutely adore what they do. They love the whole creative process. But when it comes to pricing their product, or you know, charging for whatever it is that they do, they find it really difficult to price themselves fairly, and they often undersell or undervalue themselves. So I feel right now you're trying to check in with the exchange, and you're trying to make sure that you get, you know, what you put in, you're trying to get out of it the same reciprocal energy. I just feel like you're trying to match the money with all the effort that you put into your career, okay? Now we do have the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is celebration. So I get a sense here that there is an offer coming in, something that you're going to be excited about, something that you've been looking forward to or you've been working hard towards. I also see that you have a really tight circle of support within your working environment. People really respect who you are, what you bring to the table, and they may not say it. And sometimes you may feel, especially with the Three of Swords and the Seven of Cups, you may feel a little bit lost, or you may feel things have been difficult, and sometimes they've been a little bit unfair. But I get a sense that people, they actually look at you like you're really good at what you do and that you could run the place. that's the energy I get. They could see that you have boss potential. So if you're not a boss yet and you're thinking about moving up into managerial roles or CEO roles, I definitely get a sense that you're on the way up towards leadership. And if you're already a leader, I definitely get a sense that some of you may be learning skills outside of what you do already in order to either set up on your own or to take up a second stream of income. The Three of Cups is like sharing resources, coming together, and I get a sense here that there's some really good luck headed your way, but I feel something you've worked really hard for that you're looking forward towards. I feel there is a wonderful opportunity being bestowed upon you. Now, also, I'm getting an energy here that some of you may be invited to a dinner or an event at work, and I feel there is a potential for romance at that environment. But I would like to say, I mean, I'm not here to judge anybody. I feel this person is already taken. So I feel, let me just pull a card on that. I mean, this is not a love reading, but it's coming out strongly. So let me just pull a card. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Librans? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Knight of Swords, this person is going to come in strong, okay? But the Eight of Cups indicates that, you know, I feel it's not something you want to get involved in. I feel it could change your position in the working environment. So especially if this person is high up the ladder, I feel it's going to be a very difficult situation, because if you are, you know, turning this person down, it could dent someone's ego. And I feel it's a really difficult situation that you may find yourself in. Now, this is not going to resonate for everyone. But of course, if this person is unprofessional, you could probably take it to HR, especially since justice is there. I definitely see that some of you may be following that line of inquiry if this person tries to make your life difficult in your working environment. For some of you, I feel you're going to find a diplomatic way to walk away from the situation. And because the Knight of Swords is a card of, you know, responding differently to a challenging situation. So I feel with the Eight of Cups, I feel that some of you, because of this situation, may decide to walk away from a career opportunity. Or you may actually decide to walk away from this person's advances in a very diplomatic way so it doesn't hurt you long term, okay? Now, it's horrible that anyone has to really, you know, find a diplomatic way to turn someone down so that it doesn't, you know, in some way impede on their career. But I do see that there is a potential here. So just watch out for that, okay? I just see it as a potential. Of course, if you find this person attractive and you want to go for it, then go for it. But I feel finding a diplomatic way to turn someone down that you're not really interested in, I feel like it's going to work in your favor, whatever it is that you do. And I feel that you're still going to elevate within the company, but I feel it could be just a moment. So I'm just going to walk away from that, because that's not going to resonate for everyone. It's just coming through briefly there. So it's obviously resonant with somebody out there as well. This person, I feel like they may be under the influence when they come towards you. So anyway, I'm just going to leave it like that. But I feel like they do have romantic leanings towards you before. Okay, so anyway, we're going to move away from that. There's definitely the majority energy that I'm feeling for my beautiful Librans. I feel like there's something to celebrate coming in for you, and you may have to sign a contract over the coming months. I would say make sure you pay close attention to any small print in the contract, especially since the Justice card is in the resistance position, so it's like you got it in the reverse. Okay, I get a sense that something may not be equal or fair in this contract, and you may have to really ask them to remove it or renegotiate it. Okay, so I get a sense that you are going to find the best deal for you. You reach your goal, you got the World card, so I definitely see that you're going to be right on target. For some of you, you're walking away from a position that is no longer making you feel enthusiastic or making you feel excited about it anymore, or you've lost your loving feeling for it. I get a sense here that some of you are wanting to find a new position, or a position that brings in more money, because you may feel that you've hit a glass ceiling. I do also get an energy that some of you may find out that someone who does not do as much work as you gets paid more money than you, okay? And that may be a little bit of a bone of contention, but I get a sense here that you can renegotiate your terms or your contract, and I feel there's an energy here of you finding a solution to this issue, and more money will be coming your way. I feel like there's an increase in your finances. You've got a Prince of Pentacles here, which indicates an offering of money that has been slow to come in, but I definitely see that there is a realistic amount of money coming in that matches your talents and your gifts for your hard work, okay? So definitely a contract. It could be a promotion or raise on the horizon for you, but the Justice card, not for all of you, but I get a sense that some of you may have to go to HR about something. And if you work for your own company or you are your own boss, I really get a sense that some of you have been feeling a little bit out of sorts or out of balance, and you may decide to restructure your schedule to make some time for you, because I feel like you've been going through a period of reflection where you're trying to work out if the effort that you put in is worth the rewards that you're getting out. And I feel some of you have very much struggled. I get a sense with the Three of Swords, things have been difficult, and there may have been some difficult conversations that you've had to have with yourself, or if you do work with other people, there may have been some office politics or just some, drama going on at work, because I get a sense that someone's been complacent that you've had to deal with, and you're having a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, and I feel like things have been just out of balance, okay? And I feel, especially since you, my beautiful Librans, are a sign of balance, I feel it's really important for you to get back in the flow of things, okay? Now, also, some of you may have witnessed someone at your working environment not being honest or trying to abuse their power in some way. And you may be keeping quiet about this until the moment is right. Or you may be, because you're not the sort of person who would turn a blind eye, okay? I definitely get an energy with the Seven of Cups, the Three of Swords. I feel like this situation has really disappointed you, and it's made you feel a little bit jaded with a situation. And it's made you really look at your options, either stay or move on. And I really feel like you're checking in with your morals. For some of you, I feel like there could be like someone who's abusing their power, or someone, there could even be some contract changes that are going on within your working environment where they're restructuring. There could be a merge or some sort of change in the working practices that you're not happy with. And I feel like you may challenge these. And I feel you will get the better deal because you're challenging it. Some people will actually just coast and take those changes. What you don't realize is, especially if you've been at a company for many years, say if you've been at a company for 15 years and they suddenly change the contract because they're either merging or they're just reshuffling or revamping the role itself, it's really important to recognize that as soon as you sign a new contract, that is your first day in that role, okay? So it will actually nullify anything that goes before. So you may notice some restructures going on, and this could be something that will change the working practice, and you may not be happy about it. But with the Justice card, I feel the truth will prevail, and I feel like you will win in this situation, but I feel you have to make a decision to speak out about it or renegotiate a better deal, okay? Now, that's not going to resonate for everyone, but I'm feeling that energy coming through there as well. Now, we also have the Seven of Cups. It's in the resistance position, so I feel like you're getting really clear about what it is that you want. And for some of you, you may have been working really hard in an environment where you may have felt the path was right for you, and I feel like you're on the right path in your career, but I get a sense that some of you have been feeling a little bit stuck, or you've been feeling that things have been really difficult, or no matter how hard you try in some area, there's been obstacles, and I feel like you're trying to modify or change your approach, which will be easier for you. The Seven of Cups indicates that you do have a lot of options available to you, and some of you may put your resume out there to see if there's any options that really connect to the amount of pay that you're looking for with regards to your finances and regards to work. The Seven of Cups is really about using your imagination, but it's also about all the potential that you have. It's about remaining flexible and being open to change, but also it's about establishing high boundaries and giving way to manifestation. That actually you're in a very powerful position to manifest all that you want. When you get a Seven of Cups, it can also indicate that there's a lot of things that you want to do, and you need to focus on what's important to you right now. And if you want to try out a different sector, in your career, or you've got several jobs on the go, then I definitely get a sense here with that Seven of Cups that there's a potential to spread yourself a little bit too thin. So I would say you need to make some adjustments, otherwise you'll burn yourself out or you'll find things super difficult, okay? Now, we've also got the Three of Swords here. It's in the resistance position, so if the Three of Swords shows up, it can, indicate, especially in this position, it's a really good indicator that any difficulty is behind you. Things are going to get easier for you because it's like you got it in the reverse. Some of you may be healing from something. You may have worked in a very toxic environment, or you may have been told something about your job or your career that you found was not 100% true, and you're having to really live with that or work around that or try and change that in some way. And I feel like you will come out the victory person, okay? I definitely see that you win in this situation. Look at that Three of Swords. There's a big old question mark that they're showing me right now. They also show me 5 stars in the water. 5 stars. So I feel some of you have been questioning whether you're on the right path or whether you're doing a good job. And the 5 stars tells me that you are, exceeding your expectations, that you're really good at what you do. But I feel things have been difficult. Okay, for some of you, you may have lost your job before you came to this reading, and you're looking for a job, and you may have found things really difficult. And I feel like you're trying to see if there are any opportunities that really resonate with your skill set, but also with the intended pay that you want. I definitely see something coming in for you. So, I feel you will reach your goal in that respect. I actually see that there is 2 options coming in. One of them will not go your way, so you may be a little bit disappointed at first, but the second opportunity, that's the one that's meant for you. Okay, so I really feel that it's actually good luck that you didn't get the first one, because I feel the first one would disappoint you. The second one is more in alignment with what you're looking for. Now, also with the Three of Swords, if you're working in a very toxic environment, as I was saying, you may have decided to leave an environment, and I feel it's taking you some time to get over it, but I feel the new opportunity that you're walking straight into is exactly what you're looking for. Okay, I definitely feel like you're going to be in the right place at the right time to meet the right opportunity, and I feel like you will celebrate this. Also, I'm just going to pull a card on that Three of Swords energy, because I feel some of you are trying to really make your mark in your career, and you may have felt that you keep trying and you keep trying to elevate, and you may feel that perhaps things have not been going in your favor. Well, I definitely see with the World card that you're entering a new cycle, and with the Prince of Pentacles and the High Priestess, I feel by having faith and knowing that you're going to be successful and that actually you're taking your career to the next level, it starts to happen that way. I feel there are major changes happening for you, and I feel some good karma is coming in, and I feel like you're getting what you truly deserve. All the effort that you put in, I feel like you're finally getting to where you want to go. Okay, Knight of Cups, something's been offered to you. Three of Pentacles. Now, this is something that you have been planning for a while, because the Three of Pentacles is a card of engineering or planning or consulting, something that perhaps you've been asking for or asking your boss to offer you. I get a sense also with the Knight of Cups, something that you love in order to follow your passion is coming in. Now, this could be, as I said, a raise, promotion, or even a new project, or even a new client that you're going to really love that takes your career to the next level. The Three of Pentacles is really about people talking about you behind the scenes, that you're really talented, you're really gifted at what you do. So some of you may even be headhunted. I definitely get a sense, though, that you're the best person for this new position, and I feel like your money is staircasing also. I feel like you're being elevated in some way. Three of Pentacles can be, people start to work together, there's a collaboration going on, but that you are an integral linchpin in this group, okay? You're using your skills, and it's more quality over quantity. I get a sense that you are at the top of your game. You're someone who's really good at what you do. You're very gifted. And you're being offered either a new position or something that reflects what it is that you invest in your career. Now, of course, if you work for yourself, I definitely get a sense that you're bringing in more finances, but there could also be someone who is noticing your work and wants to either promote you, elevate you, or in some way offer you some sort of incentive that helps your career grow, okay? Because I get a sense they may even ask for a collaboration, but I get a sense here that things are starting to work in your favor. Now we've got the Lovers card, so that can indicate a partnership or someone reaching out, as I said, to either promote you or in some way, collaborate. There's an energy here also with the Lovers of you attracting what your heart desires, because the Lovers card at grassroots is a choice card, so it indicates your choices led you to following your heart, and the World card indicates that you achieve your goal. This is your outcome pile. Okay, so with the Lovers card, some of you may be thinking about setting up a second business with somebody else. Could be a partnership, or you are already in partnership, and I feel like you and this person may think about expanding the business, going international or going overseas in some way. It could even be online, but I get a sense here of you loving what you do, okay? It says here, passion, choice, uniting. So I get a sense here that you're following your passion, you're following your bliss, and it leads you to accomplish your goals, because the World card is about things coming full cycle, that you have a very deep understanding of your role within your career and that your efforts pay off. This is about you, reaching your final destination in your career. So for some of you, it can mean that some of your roles are coming to an end because you're stepping up and you're moving into a promotion or, some sort of new opportunity that gives you status as well as financial reward. And I mean, look at the hand, it's offering something. Okay, it says the grain of sand. That's really interesting because I think it was Scorpio reading that I did the other day. They actually had a quote about a grain of sand. So maybe you've got some Scorpio placements. I mean, you're right next to Scorpio in the zodiac. So maybe there's just a little bit of crossover energy there. But it says here, celebration of life, completion, wholeness, attainment. So whatever your goal is, I feel like you're going to be very productive and you're going to reach your target. I definitely see something being offered to you in the month of September. And with the High Priestess energy, you may not talk about it. You may keep it to yourself, but it's definitely something that's it's in the works, if that makes sense. It's in the works. So you may sign a contract or you may hear of an opportunity that will require you to sign a contract in the month of September. And I feel like you're not going to tell anybody about it, but I definitely get a sense here that you've been manifesting it, and it may be spiritual in nature, because the High Priestess can be to work with the elements, to keep quiet about opportunities that come your way or an idea that perhaps you're trying to set up, even if it's you launching a new business or learning about a business that you want to launch. I get an energy here of you doing stuff behind the scenes, listening to your intuition, and I feel like your wisdom, your knowledge, it gets you to where you want to go, okay? So I'm just going to pull a quick card on the High Priestess, because some of you could have been taking a class on the side or learning more about your craft in order to increase your finances and also upskill. And I feel this will enhance your, look at that. It's going from a Knight of Cups energy to King of Cups. So this tells me that you are increasing your status, but also you're, getting really excited about what you do, and you're protecting your position is what I see there with the King of Cups. Now, King of Cups really is someone who is an incredible natural leader, someone who's non-judgmental, someone who's very fair, and someone who makes good decisions. So I really feel that you are doing something that you love, and you're harmonizing your energy. And I feel, some sort of leadership position could become available to you, that you'll be offered. And you may have to work with somebody who is in a very high position, or you may have to collaborate with someone that you've always desired to work with. But I feel that you intuitively know that your career is heading in this direction. Okay, the King of Cups can also represent support, that you have support behind you and it helps you reach the heady heights. Some of you may even start to partner up with your partner, your lover, or your spouse if you're in a relationship. And some of you may even think about taking your business overseas or working overseas or taking a vacation briefly so that you can take some time out, get a broader view of the direction you're taking in your career. And some of you may feel like you want to put yourself on a course of learning in order to like revitalize your spirits for whatever it is you do, and approach your career in a different way so that you bring more enthusiasm and more excitement into it as well. Now, we've also got the Prince of Pentacles. So I feel like you're matching a vibration of something that you financially want. The Knight of Pentacles is a brilliant card because it indicates that your finances are based on hard work, that you've been very careful with money, and I feel like you're only spending when you need to, but at the same time, I feel like you're attracting more, okay? I feel like you're building a very financial foundation, and I feel that your plan is going to pay off, and your dedication, your efforts, it will bring in financial reward. And they're showing me that cup again without the Harry Potter. So it's just this, it's like a trophy cup. So that's what they're showing me right now. So this can indicate some sort of reward or some sort of recognition that you'll celebrate in your career. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Now, they're also giving me a song. It's really interesting. I feel like it's two songs, and I'm being drawn to both, and it's confusing. So perhaps there's two people at your working environment. One's telling you one thing and the other one's telling you another, and it just feels a little bit like they're opposing each other and you're kind of stuck in the middle. But what I'm getting is one song is like, I heard it through the grapevine. Okay, very, very famous song. And they're only giving me that part. And the other, I need to tune into it because I've never heard this before. So let me just... So look, I came here to run it. Impossible? Please watch. I do it with ease. You just gotta believe. Okay. I heard through the grapevine, and then that. Okay, they're very different songs. I want to say that the one I don't really recognize, I think it's Pink. I recognize the voice, but there's probably, I mean, it could be someone else out there who sounds like Pink, but she's very distinct. So, but then I heard it through the grapevine. So it could be that you hear of an opportunity that really sets your soul on fire, or you feel it's impossible to get that role, but actually you do get it. Maybe it's a managerial role because it said at the beginning of that song, I came here to run it. Or maybe it's about you setting up your own practice and you feel like right now it could be impossible, but I feel like you're making it possible. You're going to make it happen and you're launching it, and it turns into something very financially lucrative and viable. I mean, look at that. There's all these hearts there as well. So I feel doing something that you love is going to be very financially lucrative for you. Now, these songs, I mean, the fact that they play together, I don't really know what that means. It could mean that one day you're going to find yourself hearing a song from a store that is like I heard it through the grapevine, and then the other song in a car as it passes. So listen out for those songs because I feel like it coincides with some sort of news regarding your career that you're going to be really happy about. So I'm just going to leave it like that. I feel here that things haven't been plain sailing in your career. I feel like there has been some unfairness going on. For some of you, there may even be a legal dispute that you've got going on with a previous employer. I definitely see that if you lead with integrity and with a pure heart, that actually you're going to win a sum of money. But I feel like, again, I feel like it's to silence you. So please take it as it resonates. Now, I'm just going to go get some final cards because I do feel with the Three of Swords, any difficulty that you've had in your career, or if you've been feeling a little bit lost and confused, I feel things are going to get clearer for you. And I feel anything that you learn over the coming weeks, or perhaps some of you are going to be going through a test where you get a qualification or a certificate that will help you, I feel things get infinitely easier. Okay, and you enter a new cycle of completing your goals in like quick time and being on to the next. Now also, I want you to be aware that there is one rogue card in this deck. You've probably seen it. It's there. Okay, it's meant to be there. It's part of the deck. It's a rogue card. So let's see what you need to hear. We've got the seal, we've got the nugget. They want me to go one more. Thank you so much. I was really drawn, as I said, to that card that had the seal on it. The letter, where was it? Yeah, here. It has like an official seal on it. So that can indicate like some official document coming in that you'll have to sign. It says business contract, documents, a gift of money, writing, clerical paperwork, staying put. Okay, so the main energy, especially since you've got the World card, is like you're going to be the right place at the right time to meet the right opportunity. And I feel if you're not deciding to leave where you're at, I feel like you're definitely changing your approach. And there is some sort of contract coming in that will reflect a new position. And again, I would pay close attention to that. I do feel like you're going to be very busy, very productive, lots of paperwork, lots of emails coming in. We do have nugget, which indicates a small increase. Valuable information, honest assessment, a fresh start, steady work, and career building. So I definitely see security going on in your career. And we've got chess. So this is about the next step, the strategy. And I feel you've been in a deep period of self-reflection, looking at your options right now. And I feel if things are difficult where you're at, I feel like you're following your heart and intuitively making changes that will be beneficial to your career long term. It says here, money, strategy, wise spending, long game, military, leader, or thinking it through. And it's not a military leader, it's a military, comma, leader. Okay, so I definitely get a sense that some of you are stepping into leadership roles where you'll have more influence. And I feel that you're going to be in a really good position in your career to take on more money, more responsibility, but I feel like you're going to enjoy what it is that you're doing. So whether you work for yourself or whether you work for someone else, or even if you're in between jobs, I definitely see an opportunity coming in to increase your finances. And what I see here is the more that you earn, the more you're keeping quiet about what you got, which tends to be quite savvy, because when you start to upgrade your life, people look at you differently. And that's even friends. So I feel it's really important that you are, I see you having some sort of upgrade here, and I feel like you're not shutting down and not being generous. I don't see that at all. I just see that you're like keeping quiet about it. You're not, you know, showing off or anything like that. So I feel that's a very wise move. Now this deck, it can give you some insights on anything you need to be aware of or anything that's coming your way. So let's get some final cards for you before I close the reading. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Librans? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Can you please guide them? They're showing me a spinning top right now. Spinning top. This is a very old-fashioned toy. Spinning top. What can that represent? It can indicate that maybe you feel that there's been a bit of a whirlwind around you, that things have been really busy, that you're at the center of things, but everything's whizzing around you, that time is going by so fast, you don't have enough time in the day. Some of you, maybe you've been feeling pushed and pulled in many different directions, but it can also indicate the circulation of money, that you're trying to maintain a cycle of balance, and that you're going to have smoother working practices. Okay, so I mean, it may even literally mean that you're about to see a spinning top in the next couple of days, which indicates an opportunity coming your way. So we've got justice again. This is even in a different deck. And you are the sign of justice. Justice card is a Libra card. So this is about being honest with yourself. But it also says here, something in your life needs to be brought into alignment. Your career may be in law, such as police, military. That's a second card that has a military energy there. In courts or in the criminal justice system. Be sure to be honest and ethical in money matters, or you'll face the consequences. So I definitely see that you lead with integrity in your working environment, and I feel you're being rewarded for it as well. Now we've also got stability. Some lovely gold bars there. It says here, your financial future promises to be stable and prosperous. Take control of your finances to create stability in your life, and it's an excellent time to take action on any money-related ventures. Okay, and we've also got, look at that, As I said, I feel like you're not talking about it. Work hard in silence. Okay, so I definitely see that's something, even if you've got projects that you're having ideas about, or you are thinking about launching something, I feel like you're not telling anybody about it until it becomes something that is established and realized. And we've got celebrate. So again, with the Three of Cups, there's something to celebrate here for you in your career, a milestone or a moment where things come to a climax. It says here, you've accomplished so much and you will accomplish much more. Take some time off and celebrate your success. You deserve it. There may be an unforeseen increase in your income. Okay, and I can definitely see it. It's happening for you. Okay, so I will leave that there. I'm just going to go and get a rune before we close. Interesting. Let me see. Okay, so this rune is about harmony. Yeah. This is the wind rune, okay? So this is really about harmony. It's about blessings, joy. It's about your desire, your ambition. It's about rediscovering it. I mean, it literally is a wind rune, which means, you know, to move forward, to gather momentum, to have power behind you, to feel confident, but also to feel motivated. And if you've been feeling a lack of motivation, or you know, a feeling that things are at a standstill, or things have just been so difficult, I get a sense that you are rediscovering your passion or your desire for what you do. And I feel there's something coming in that really indicates you're on the right path and reestablishes your power and your knowingness that you are really awesome at what you do. Okay, so very powerful rune to get there as well. I feel things are starting to move in the right direction for you as well. Okay, so I will leave that there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Librans. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Librans, and love and light.